An Air France flight en route from Paris to New Delhi had to make an emergency landing at Sofia Airport in Bulgaria because of the disruptive and threatening behavior of an Indian passenger, Reuters reported on Saturday. The said incident took place on Friday. The man, whose name was not revealed, was taken off the aircraft and has been charged with endangering flight safety. If convicted, he faces up to 10 years in prison. He was later detained for 72 hours, Sofia city prosecutor Ilyana Kirillov said, according to PTI. After the troublemaker's detention, the flight proceeded to its destination, Kirillova said. Ivailo Angelo, an official at Bulgaria's National Investigation Agency, told Reuters that the man began to act up soon after takeoff, quarreling with other passengers, assaulting a flight attendant, and pummeling the cockpit's door. A purported video of the incident, shared by the Congress leader Gaurav Pandhi, shows the man wearing a white sweater and mouthing profanities at another passenger. He also shouts slogans in support of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Modi, my brother Modi, 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 the man says. Modi is calling, come here. He can be also heard making disparaging comments about the passenger's identity, saying things like Jesus will have to leave and Urta Punjab, a possible reference to a Bollywood film by that name, which explores the rampant drug culture in the North Indian state. As the flight attendants and other passengers try to pacify him, the man threatens to hit them. He then seems to have a sudden outburst as he loudly yells, Jai Hind Modi, and starts to scream incoherently. A few seconds later, he goes back to abusing and threatening those around him.
Jesus को जाना होगा। पंजाब, उड़ दो पंजाब। मोदी, मेरे मोदी भाई, भी उड़ेगा। सिंधु जाके। Don't hit me. Everybody will hit you. Everybody will hit you. भाई जी, आ जाओ. जरूर तो बुला रहा हूँ. आ जाओ. मोदी बुला रहा है.
Hello everyone. HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying Rs 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying Rs 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our Super Supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.
The emerging backbone of India's economy are our startups. They represent India's youth. They represent India's aspirations. They represent India's hopes. They represent our fight against an insensitive bureaucracy, against an insensitive system. They represent the fight of our startup entrepreneurs against an indifferent system, against an insensitive banker, against challenges of dealing with the government, and against all the odds with which they started a startup. Every startup begins with a brilliant idea, a unique idea, an idea which nobody else thought of, and that becomes a business enterprise. We are starting our next episode series on what we call startup stories. It is a curiosity to know what was that idea, what was the motivation, what was the determination because of which one talented entrepreneur, without any background of business perhaps, decided to venture out on his own and create a successful enterprise. These are the ideas that motivate us also. If you have a startup story which is interesting, we would want to talk to you also. Come back to us with your own startup stories, and you might also be the person we would like to talk to.